people just enjoying their time on the beach, being loosey-goosey and having fun.
What's being loosey-goosey?
Just
That
be
means
free.
inappropriate swimwear.
Yeah.
Like contact with this
Like
that
just
you
be
don't necessarily.
Drinking.
Just free, whatever it is. And I mean, the other thing that popped in my mind, you guys know Girls Gone Wild, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that the video.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, so that
Yeah,
popped in my mind.
Welcome back to We Time Convo. I'm Liza, and today we're taking it back to spring break and comparing it to what it was like back then and now. From chaotic trips with zero plans to today's perfectly curated getaways. Things have definitely changed, and we're not doing this alone. Joining us today is our guest host, Russ.
What is spring break?
I was in the Army during those years, and then I went to college as an adult, so I worked full time and went to college in the evening mostly. So
I've never experienced spring break because I think in high school, for me, it was like spring break because I worked since I was a freshman. So spring break was like pick up more hours, right? If I wanted to go do something, I'd probably just go smoke weed and get high with my friends. But that was spring break for me. But I think when I watch TV, like when you watch like MTV back then, spring break was like
Yes.
all Cancun.
Well, yes.
Like, oh, Cancun. But I'm like, first of all, I never would be able to afford to go to Cancun. And my parents would have been like, you are not going to Cancun on your own in high school.
Well, I think it was more for college.
yeah, that was
The spring break was for
not the
college, right?
experience I had at college. So
I never made it to college. Like, I go to college now. Can I still have a spring break?
yes,
Freaks. Are we all?
Can I still go to Cancun?
yes.
So spring break isn't just a vacation week. It's actually a cultural moment that means
Oh.
different things depending on your age, stage of life, and personal values. So I do agree with that because spring break to me means something different in various stages of my life.
All right,
Well-
I accept that.
Yeah. Did you ever have a spring break moment?
When I was younger, yeah,
Where'd you go? Did you do the Cabo thing?
I wouldn't necessarily do it. Mine was like not necessarily Cabo, but you would go to like, whether it's Vegas or you would go to like LA. You just needed to get away from here.
Yeah.
That's
We're
kind
talking
of
about like the differences, right? So like back then, we're all around the same age.
Yeah,
It was messy, spontaneous, kind of unhinged. But I feel like now it's a little more aesthetic and it's where you go. Because we were talking about our kids' plans for spring
Yes.
break this year, right?
Yeah.
So for Ava, I overheard her, she's 18 now. So I overheard her talking to her friends about renting an Airbnb in Santa Rosa. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even doing in Santa Rosa?
they roll up the sidewalks at 8 p.m. They roll them up in Santa
Yeah.
Rosa. That is not that fun to tell.
It's like more of like the aesthetics, like the pictures that they're gonna take and post on it on the gram, right?
They're on the ground.
Yeah.
They got to flex for the ground.
Yeah, right. And it's like, okay.
The aesthetic.
Yeah, it's the aesthetics of it. Okay, well, you do you.
Well, that's that's like thoughtful. I come from the chaos and unhinged place of like, let's just go somewhere and see what happens.
Try not to get arrested.
Try not to get arrested. Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't have a plan for a room. Like none of that.
Okay.
Make
So for me, that feels a lot better for Ava to be planning something at an
Yeah.
Airbnb rather than just.
So my picture of spring break, so just to kind of level set her, right? Like let's talk about what your picture of spring break, like the origination of spring break for me.
Mhm.
So spring break typically happens in March, April timeframe. It's about a week where you get like off from school.
Yeah.
You can take a break. It's supposed to decompress and prepare you as you go back to school and obviously prep for finals and all that other stuff. So the way I remember spring break is like, to your point, seeing on MTV, people just enjoying their time on the beach, being loosey-goosey and having fun.
What's being loosey-goosey?
Just
that
be
means
free.
inappropriate swimwear.
Yeah.
Like contact
free,
with this
like
that
just
you
being
don't
free.
necessarily.
Drinking.
Just free, whatever it is. And I mean, the other thing that popped in my mind, you guys know Girls Gone Wild, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
So
that the video.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, so that
Yeah,
pops
that's-
in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, but I think
Bikinis
about,
and-
bikinis, girls just being wild
Cheap
and
motels piling 10
Cheap
people.
motels.
yes,
That's right.
drinking like, I don't know, what, some nasty ass, like,
Plain. 40s.
Why do they call them buzzballs?
Oh yeah, balls. Yeah, like your friend going missing overnight, but you don't really like care
Or, like-
until they just show up till the next day.
and
That's
then
how
just
I-
throwing up.
Yeah.
Like, I just imagine people just drinking, partying, throwing up, drinking,
Yeah.
partying,
Yeah.
throwing up. Like, just that constant
Do you
flow.
remember watching on MTV? They used to have spring break where they just show people like just dancing on the beach with the bikinis. And
Yes.
people would come and perform, like, I don't know, Backstreet Boys or whoever was popular
Yeah.
back. Do you remember that?
Yes. I remember, like, and then they do those, like,
Go to
wet
Fort
t-shirts.
Lauderdale
Fort Lauderdale, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
or
So-
South Padre Island.
Oh, what's that?
South Padre Island is out in the Gulf off Texas.
Have you been there?
I've not been to South Padre Island, but legendary.
That's another like a spring break thing.
So, again, for us millennials, well, thinking about MTV, party, less planning, figuring it out.
No. What are your
Amen.
kids? Are your kids are they spring breakers?
No.
It's just a week off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both like have jobs and have partners and are like responsible like humans. So they just
That's
just the vibe is different. You
Yeah.
know, like I look at them and sometimes sometimes I want to be like, why aren't you doing this or that? I think to myself like, what was I like at your age? And then I like immediately calm down. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. At your age, I was doing this or that, and none of this or that translates into this day and age.
Well, I mean, it goes back to what you're saying about the vibe shift, right? Where you just talked about, Ava, this Gen Z category and how it's more cultural trips, Airbnbs, matching outfits, doing kind of a mix of wellness and partying. So they're doing kind of like that yoga, and then at night you drink. Like, it's
Yeah.
a mixture versus like,
There would never have been yoga.
yes, right? And then just
That's
more.
what the losers do.
I didn't
You
like,
can do plenty of yoga when you get old and can't have fun.
and then I think they're more conscientious of like more safety
They are.
and risk conscious.
They are
versus-
risk conscious. Yes.
I mean, Russ, as you mentioned, right? Thinking back at like
The-
what you were doing at that age, you're like,
Captain unsafe.
there you go, right? So
We would rent a car. In
vibe shift.
the military, we would rent a car. We would trade tobacco for a car in town. Rent a car for a weekend, and that would be our camper. We would sleep 4 GIs.
Paid with tobacco?
We would get American cigarettes and then go down to the car rental place and trade cartons of cigarettes and take a vehicle and then disappear for the weekend
I
and
just-
sleep in the car, go and stay out
Oh my god.
till we couldn't stay out and till the sun came up and then sleep in the car and then continue and then just come back and then to turn the
That's
car.
way better than spring break.
We would run wild.
Yeah.
Run absolutely wild.
I
Every place I was, we would run
I
wild.
think about the things that I did in high
Yikes.
school and I'm like, how am I still alive? Like the level of trust that we had in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
like
Is it trust really, or just
I
not
think it's
even
a mixture of trust
It's ignorance.
and being dumb.
I think, yeah. I don't know if it's trust.
Well, I was very trusting. I mean, I would
It was
sneak
worse
out-
in the 80s.
Yeah, I would sneak out in the middle of the night, hop in someone's car that I barely knew, no phone,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
no one. I wouldn't tell anyone where I was. Like, I'm still here alive.
Man.
Like
all
I
that
had God
all
on my
that
side or
checks
something.
out.
Yeah.
All that checks out.
No, I get it.
So
Well, there's such a difference between, like, in just every aspect, right? When we think about just the vibe we just talked about, when we think about technology, when we think about cost and accessibility, when you think about kind of what it was for us back then to kind of where this Gen Z era is, it's so different.
Yeah.
And so their experience and our experience are just so different.
well, yeah. I mean, true.
I mean, you just mentioned like they're doing it for the gram. Like, we don't have a gram. We had like digital cameras and disposable cameras.
Disposable cameras.
Sometimes no cameras.
Sometimes
Yeah.
no cameras.
Yeah.
Boy, those were good days.
If there weren't pictures, it never happened.
Never.
Exactly.
It's hearsay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
And
hearsay.
I think about it, like, we didn't have Uber or Lyft. Like, think about like how many times we walked somewhere,
Yeah.
or got, like you said, got in a car that you barely knew,
I've
and you're just
skated
like,
home from a lot of places.
Yeah. Well, that happens on spring breaks. It stays in spring break. But now, yeah, like you said, we have social media, I mean, everything could be put out there. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably also the reason why a lot of kids don't go out there and go crazy, because you just never know what's going to be out there, and you don't want that
Yes.
there.
No, very true. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but was it common for you guys to get lost back in the day? Because
I still get lost now, and I'm 45 years old. What are you talking about? Like, I still use my MapQuest to get here to recording. Like, I don't remember.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know, I'm like, I've always been
Really good with directions.
a pretty decent navigator
Okay.
to stuff, but I know for a fact that we used to just go out
And like
and
where
end
you
up
go.
places and not like
No,
had
that's very
not have a plan. We would drive to
That's
this.
true.
We would
That is
drive
very
to the
true.
city and see what was happening, and then
That
let
is
the
true.
current move us along
Yep.
from place to place,
I miss those times.
which is
That's
like.
true. Like, what are we gonna do? What do you want to do? Let's just go to the
No,
city.
we would,
Let's
ju-
see
we,
what
would
is
ju- we
there.
would just go and then
Yeah.
start someplace and then let the current of fun or
Yeah.
people move us along, and then it would be Sunday evening
Yeah.
having to return home.
Yeah. So and so has a license. Let's hit him up.
Exactly.
Just
Oh,
pay
that
for
one,
gas.
Yes.
Exact-
Just pay him gas,
Yes,
and
and
yeah.
we'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go.
And
Yeah.
gas was cheap back then. It wasn't $6 a gallon.
Yeah, and it would be like, let's just cram in the car.
Yeah.
We can do it. We can do it.
We were even less lawful in Europe. Like, we would go out on the train and go to a city, party in a city, spend all of our money, and then still need to take the train back. I would have no money and only military ID, and I would get caught on the train without a ticket, and we were
Get kicked out.
we're just like, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, we're here protecting you, so I'd be cool if I was you.
Yeah.
They're like, what is happening? And then, they would let you get back to your barracks, and then they would send a ticket through your command structure, and then you'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you can't do this.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh, Russ.
I was like, but I did. Again, I did do that, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Oh my god. Do you know that kids like they share their locations with their friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that would just be like me, like all of us sharing our locations with each other. Isn't that kind of like weird?
You'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
You're like, that guy hasn't moved in hours.
Yeah, but kids all have
He's a
all their
turtle.
locations. Like they all have their
Boring.
locations and they know where they're at.
Is he at his house asleep?
I mean, I'd be hanging out with Ava, and she's like, oh my God, Kara's over here. I'm like, how do you know? She's like, I follow her location. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys just do that?
That's pretty common now, which is weird. There's,
Yes.
I don't know that I would have been comfortable with everybody knowing.
No.
Yes.
Or I was
Devastating.
doing stuff I wasn't supposed to do all the time.
So now what kids are doing now for spring break is that they're going to Tulum. I don't know what Tulum is.
Tulum is a place in Mexico.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
pyramid. There's megalithic structures there.
It gives a wellness vibe. That's
Oh,
what.
Yes.
Like-
National parks, which is cool, I guess.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And international experience travel.
Yeah, this goes back to the culture, right?
Yeah.
Getting like that wellness, the culture vibes.
Sounds like they were raised in museums, which is good.
And it's what they see on social media, right? Like,
I don't even know if our kids would even have fun with the way we used to have fun.
I think they would be too scared because the stories that Ava hears is like, that's not safe. And she's like, I don't think that's normal. So I'm like,
Did you ever walk up some creek to swing out over the creek on some rickety rope swing?
yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Did you ever walk under a bridge and just smoke a random person's blunt, not even knowing what it's
Yeah.
At a
in it?
rave, I have. At a rave, everything's
I've never been to a rave.
So at a rave, so not under a bridge,
Yeah.
but at a rave, I went to one and, everything's happening. And then just somebody just
Pops a pill in your mouth.
no, not a pill, but a blunt. And
Yeah.
you don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
And you're just smoking with just random people.
We used to pass the canteen around. We don't know what was in it. We just drink it.
You
But
find out
know what?
later.
Yeah.
But
You find out later what's in that.
If you wake up in the hospital.
You find out later what's
But
in
if
that.
my
Calm
daughter
down.
did that, I would be so pissed.
Yeah, of course.
I'd be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't touch anything that's not yours.
Well, there's things out there now that, like, there's fentanyl. There's
Yeah.
things that you don't know. that we didn't have back then. But maybe
If you can't trust your illegal drug supply, what kind of a world do we? That's the trouble with this world, that like we can't. If you can't trust your dealer, your cartel guy, like that's not cool.
yeah,
That's ominous.
it was just different back then.
No, I really don't think that they'll have fun.
We
The
were
idea
lucky
of
to have emerged from it. Though.
yeah, the idea of them going and doing something and it just being random and not planned and like just to see where it takes you. I don't think our kids are like that.
But where's the spontaneity of that as well? Like some of the fun was we started out on Friday and then we went from place to place, and pretty quickly it was Sunday evening and we had to come back home. Like that was.
No one came looking for us because there was no way.
I spent my 20s like that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, those were like a lot of the best memories that I've had too. Was just going out.
If I remember them. Some of them I don't even remember until something peaks and then I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my God, I did do that. Like, oh shoot. Like I don't randomly think about like smoking pot at a rave until you mentioned it. I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, there you go.
But
But
under a bridge.
going back to cost, I think back then it was all about having fun the cheapest way possible.
Yeah.
Because we didn't
For
have
sure.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I think kids today, they expect to have some kind of level of luxury in there.
Where do they get the money? They get the money from us if I'm willing
Probably.
to pay.
Yes.
Or Ava, she worked for some time and she doesn't have bills or anything, so she would save up her money. Like this trip, she's had some money saved up, so she's aware that she has to pay for it on her own. I'm not just gonna
Yeah.
I
I think my kids, they, I've raised them to that we're kind of budget conscious. Not that we don't do what we want or like save up for stuff, but we're not at the Fairmont
Mm-hmm.
doing stuff. So like, you should try and save a buck. But my kids also like don't spend money at a bar.
Yeah.
Like they'll have a drink or two drinks, but they don't spend like paycheck money.
Yeah.
Going out, they behave responsibly. Like they're this generation's very serious about not driving impaired.
I agree with that.
They're
That
like,
is very
Yeah,
true.
true.
But we didn't have laws back then
well,
for drinking and driving.
we didn't care. We didn't care. Like I was of a group that just because somebody was a designated driver did not mean that they weren't intoxicated. They just didn't care.
They were just designated.
They didn't care. They didn't care as much about the consequences.
Just not as drunk as everybody else.
Well, they may or may not be as drunk. They just didn't care what the consequences were, and that's different than I haven't had anything to drink.
Yeah,
But
that's very true.
The intention.
bad.
So
It was bad.
this generation is much more conscious of that, which I appreciate, and they're much more like I think health conscious.
It's true.
I think, which is very interesting. They're also like they care about the community. Most of them wear masks and
Mhm.
stuff,
Yeah.
like voluntarily, and they learn that you can protect your friends, and yourself that way. And so they just like are a little more thoughtful, less socially psychotic than our generation was wild.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm proud of our kids, actually.
Yeah, they ended up like pretty thoughtful and cool, and but budget conscious. Like I think my kids will go do the stuff they want, but sometimes sometimes I just offer them some support. Like, hey, do you need some help with that? Like that sounds kind of expensive. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather kick in so that you can have some fun the way you want. Like, because I want to see bands. I don't want to spend $400 to see a band. I want to spend $25 and then buy a shirt from some band that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me happy, and luckily I've taught my kids that could be good, cheap fun.
It just reminds me of you talking about. So Vanessa, last week, was it last week? She went with her girlfriend, her best friend, to LA. First girls road trip. The first time
rad.
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, so you're going, and how are you going? Well, we're going to do the road trip. I go, okay. And then who's driving? Oh, we're taking turns. I go, whose car? She goes, my car. I'm like, wait a minute. You didn't even tell me that you were going to use the car. And she goes, I'm telling you now. So I'm like, okay, so there is the mom in me that says, no, you guys are too young. It's just you two. No, you're not driving. And then there's the other part of me goes like, you know what? They are adults. I need to let them, just let them go.
Have this experience.
Yes, have this experience. It's just two of them. They're very responsible anyways. Let them go. They ended up going. They had a great time. They came back. Perfect. Her response to me was, it was expensive because they supported, like they did their trip, right? And I'm like, she goes, and it was expensive. And she goes, I didn't even buy anything for myself. I spent money on gas and food. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, and it wasn't as nice as our trips. And I'm like, okay.
Because you paid for everything.
Yeah. Like, it's not, like, the hotels is not as nice, right? And it's like a long drive. So they had to drive. They had to switch up. Well, yeah, every time you come with us, uncle's driving or what, like.
You guys pay for
You're in the back. You're just chilling, like.
passenger princess.
Yes, exactly. And so she was like, yeah, it's a little different. She goes, but I liked it. Like they because they were on their own.
Yeah.
Right. But there was a lot of
It's good to get
differences.
some information, to get some comparisons.
There's a lot of differences. So this coming week, she's actually flying out to see her best friend because her best friend's in Arizona. She goes to Arizona State. So it's spring break next week.
Havasu?
And they're going to go out there. I have no idea what they're doing, but she's going to go out and have fun. And, there's a part of me that goes, this is what you're supposed to do. Go have fun. But then there's another part of me like, no, I don't want can you just stay home?
Well, now there's a way for her to communicate with you. It's not
like
then.
That,
right?
and that was a big thing. I said, you guys have to communicate, send pictures. And so they were pretty good about doing it. We've had a group chat going on. But like I said, I mean, it's just, it is a different vibe. We'll see how her spring break next week looks like. But, I want her to have fun.
Yeah. That's amazing. And it's not only just spring break. There's like ski week too. Like a lot of teenagers go out and they.
It's incredible. 2 weeks off in the second semester. Oh,
yeah.
Gorgeous.
Summer break.
Yep.
So, I mean, I feel like ski week has been more popular than spring break nowadays because they just like going out to the snow.
Get out of town. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tahoe would be a good spring break place too. But I don't know. I'm not a Tahoe person, so.
I like Tahoe. It's a quick trip. But I don't know. So the plus side of my daughter, she can't, when she drinks, she starts getting that Asian glow.
Yeah.
So she can't really drink very much.
Plus side.
Yeah. Well, if you guys could do spring break over again, where would you go and what would you do?
I like the idea of national parks, but you
Mhm.
need you need a good road trip partner. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody who's like.
Would you go with a group of people that you were hanging out with during your time in the service?
Would I? That group was not well suited. I think some of them might. I'm an old guy, right? So I would love to go walk around a national park, go hike some trails, do stuff like that. I think the Tulum thing would be cool.
I think that's cool.
I think that'd be cool. I could go for.
What's the vibe in Tulum? Is it like, it's not like a Cancun kind of thing, is it? Like
No,
a party place?
It's less.
Okay.
It's less because it's a jungle spot,
Okay.
and I think it's on the Caribbean. I don't think it's on the Pacific.
No, it's not. It's on the other side.
Yeah, it's on the Caribbean side, so it's like it's ruins,
Mhm.
but ancient structures, but less traveled.
Yep.
I think I could do stuff like that. I mean, a spa sounds nice.
Yeah. Relaxing. So do you think that like back in the day, because we didn't have the technology, do you think it was much more fun not being able to like document all this stuff?
Oh,
Or do you think it's more fun being able to document?
I like not having any type of technology back then and just going off of vibes and memories. And I just like the fact that there's nothing out there with me in it that could
I'm gonna go ahead.
jeopardize my job.
I'm gonna second that. I'm gonna second that emotion.
Yeah.
I was a man making poor choices,
Yeah.
and so
You don't want that documented.
it's hearsay.
Yeah.
It is hearsay.
There's no proof.
Yeah. I how about you, Debbie?
I'm glad there's no proof.
Yeah.
I am
Okay, all right.
definitely glad there's no proof.
Because once it's out there forever.
Yeah.
You don't get those images back.
Yeah. But I definitely, if I could go back, I definitely would like to have the whole Cancun experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Girls Gone Wild
The Girls Gone Wild experience.
MTV Spring Break experience for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
How about you, Debbie?
I am just going to stay quiet.
I am married. My husband.
All right. And now we're getting to the nitty gritty.
Yeah. Whatever happened in spring break back then stays back there. Yeah.
No, I think, there's like different phases in your life where there's the acceptable behavior.
Yeah.
I would never want to do that at this age.
Yeah.
Why not?
No. So,
Well, our spring break is coming up soon, Russ, and
You gonna do anything?
well, my kids have a different spring break. Their spring break is a week before mine.
So you get a week off without them?
I get a week off without them, and they're filled with doctor's appointments.
Yeah,
It's filled with adulting.
that is so real. Yikes.
Yeah. So, Debbie, did you do anything with your kids when they had spring break? Or Vanessa, I should say.
yeah, no, when she was younger, when spring break happened, it would be kind of ideal, obviously, if her sisters were also on spring break that same time. If they were, it was great. We would go down to Southern Cal and we would just basically do a vacation, Disneyland, Universal, San Diego Zoo, whatever it was, and just hang out with them. If we weren't on the same schedule, we would still go down to LA, but we would obviously incorporate like whenever they were free and all that other stuff. So most of our spring break when Vanessa was younger was really in Southern Cal. Or like I said, if it was similar, we would go to Hawaii or just take them somewhere, right? And it was just much more of a family vacation.
How about you, Russ?
Seems like when my kids were, in high school and middle school, they were in a different district than me, so they had a different spring break week than me. But it seems like they almost always were on trips with their choirs. Like they went down to Disneyland on a choir trip. They both went on the DC trip. So it seems like that consumed spring breaks for a few years there in high school. And I think we spend probably more time together now that they're adults than we were able to
When they were younger.
Yeah, as teens. But I think when we had time off, we would travel. We would go. My parents live in Stockton, so we would drive to Stockton. But we would try and get to local stuff.
Yeah.
Budget
friendly.
was,
Right.
but they were smart. Like they got into programs that like afforded them an opportunity to travel to Disneyland. So they each went to Disneyland a couple times on their choirs, which is smart. And they both went on DC trips through school, and so like that kind of stuff. So they got out, and I think like comparing that, like I had to share a room with 3 other kids, like that. It's different because we're trying to plan a trip together. All of us, everybody's partner, as adults. So we're trying to go to Portland and have a long weekend
There you go.
in the Northwest.
I love Portland. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's be fun. That's our, so we're gonna eat good and catch some bands.
There you go.
That's your thing.
That's what we like to do. So that's easy. So
Yeah,
How about you?
and it's nice because it's like since you guys had different spring breaks, at least they were busy
yes,
and exploring
and got to
enjoy-
They weren't stuck at
to do stuff. Yeah, it wasn't like you're at home and
Yeah.
yes.
For me growing with my kids, back then I worked when they were little, I worked a lot in healthcare. So I didn't have spring break off, and it was very hard for me to take time off. So the kids were always just with grandma, just, home doing stuff, try to keep them busy after I would come home after work and like, hey, let's go to the park. Let's
do something.
do something.
Yeah.
I felt really bad about them being at home, but it's great now. But like me and Russ are going to have a spring break coming up soon, a few weeks. Are you
Yeah,
how many
let's
days?
go. Yeah, it's not many.
Yeah, very soon.
It's 10 days.
But again, so my spring break is different from the girls. Theirs is a week before ours. So I get a week to myself, but all I'm doing that week is I have
Self-care.
self-care, like mammogram, doctor's appointments. I think I have a dental cleaning. We're going to do some podcast stuff with Irene and Don Marie. We have like this cheap eats segment, and Russ, you're more than welcome to join us.
That sounds exactly. That sounds exactly like even if I'm not on the podcast, let me know.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some free beats because it's
Sure. And
definitely
Russ has this little walking thing going on. He'll text the group. It's, me and some other teachers like, hey, you want to go for a walk tomorrow? So
little walking.
Probably do that.
Yeah, a little walking group. So we'll wander around.
it just sounds like old.
No, it sounds like fun.
Self-care.
Relaxing.
It's self-care.
And it's funny because like I look forward to doing all of that,
Loser.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, oh, we're going to go for a walk. Oh, I have my mammogram. It's so much fun. So maybe throw in a nap or two.
A nap.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Very relaxing. So as I mentioned, Vanessa is going to be out of town. She's going to hang out with her bestie.
Redecorate her room.
No, I'm actually taking a couple days off. So next week I have a couple days off. My husband and I are heading over to Vegas.
That's right. Yeah.
And we're going to spend a couple days there just to chill out, hang out by the pool, eat some good food, just relax. I was just telling my group of mommy friends last night because we had a birthday party. And I was saying like, man, I really enjoy sleeping in a hotel room. And they're like, what? Like, don't you like your bed? I go, I do. I like my bed, but I just don't sleep very well because at home, I got 2 dogs.
Yeah.
I got my daughter. I got there's always movement in the house.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm not a heavy sleeper. So I wake up and I tend to wake up around 5:30. And you guys know this because we'll text each other some crazy random early
mornings.
Like we have no filter. And sometimes my husband will be like, who are you texting at 5 a.m? I'm like, oh, it's the puppies. Or who's texting you at 6? But that being said, I don't really get good sleep because there's a lot of stuff going on at my house.
Hotel be
But
quiet though.
hotel is quiet. You have the blackout shades. You have the room temperature the way you want it. Nobody's bothering you. Just chill.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to make your bed. Like you get up, you get ready, you leave, and then you come back and it magically looks like
It's fixed.
yes,
Oh my
like
God. It's like magic.
yes.
You should be on the Vegas commercials.
I thoroughly have really enjoyed getting my sleep in hotels.
I like when I go to Vegas that I have no idea what day or time it is.
Yes. I 100%
I wake up, I go back to the hotel, take a nap, wake up. It could be like 5 a.m. I'm like, I'm going to have a beer. I'm going to go downstairs and get on a slot machine. I don't know. Like, have I eaten dinner? I don't know. Let's go eat dinner now. So I guess it is a good time. Yeah. They have a lot of good shows out there. Is Backstreet Boys still?
Oh, I wish. I just came back from Vegas. We watched at the Sphere. If you've never watched it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We did the Wizard of Oz.
I heard that was really cool.
It was cool.
Yeah, because
But I heard the Backstreet Boys was amazing.
my brother saw it twice at the Sphere.
Okay.
They said it was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Backstreet Boys fan, but I would actually go watch that.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big concert person either.
Yeah.
So
Man, my buddy took his family. They saw U2.
I heard that one was great.
And he said it was great.
Yeah.
Just to even watch something there.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool. Yeah. Are you a Vegas person? Have you ever been to Vegas?
I have been in Vegas. Yeah. I'm not a gambler, but I do like to eat good.
Yeah.
And I will.
Like the 99-cent prime ribs that they
I am a buffet guy. It
Yeah.
isn't as cheap as it used to be, but I could definitely, starve myself a little bit for a big buffet breakfast. That sounds like a good deal. But just walking through the malls and stuff, like I could go in and out of stores for hours.
There you go.
And people watching.
That's best.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. That's what I want. I want a good spot where I can see the whole palette of humanity.
Oh.
Speaking of spring break growing up, my parents were like any other Filipino parents, loved to gamble. So like their thing about vacations was like, let's go to Vegas.
Oh.
Get my dad's 1989 Toyota, a blue van. It still had curtains on it.
Yes.
And take the drive to Vegas.
Which is like an 8-hour drive.
And they would always let me bring a couple friends. I was in high school.
Oh, fun.
And they would just give us like $20 and like, hey, we'll see you at the hotel this time. And we would just go and
There you go.
go to the different hotels, get into trouble, and just like show up.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is like also one of my greatest spring break
Fondest.
memories.
Yeah.
That's just $20 in Vegas.
And we would just like smoke cigarettes at the like walk around and smoke cigarettes. I was like 15 years old.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, that checks out.
That checks out.
Yeah, and just have buffets and like that was
So funny.
yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
spring breakers, be safe out there, have fun, and just don't do what me, Russ, and
Don't do it.
we did.
Don't do it.
Bye. Thanks, Russ, for
You're welcome. Good to see you guys.